So I'm taking 10 graduate students from the Kroc School of Peace Studies across the United States of America, and we're going to be stopping in a number of locations to study different conflicts that are happening there. So we're going to be crossing different divides. The course is called Crossing the Divide. So the divides we're going to be crossing is different between states. We're going to be looking at red-blue, urban-rural, incarcerated-free, indigenous settler, immigrant citizen, black-white. So we're looking at all these different divides, and that's part of our work as a peace school, right? To really transcend those and model kind of getting curious rather than staying polarized. We start in San Diego because we really want this to be coast to coast on trains, so we're going to go straight to LA, and we will end in Washington, D.C. And that's where we're really going to stop in the nation's capital. We're going to look around and say, okay, you just saw a big piece of the country, a lot of the country, like, does this represent kind of what you saw, and kind of unpack, like, what is the United States? Amtrak for a short time, 2 years, had a writing residency. So it had writers apply, and if you won the residency, you got to crisscross the United States on train. And I won that and was able to work on my book about trains on the train. And when I saw it, and you literally binge watch America, it's like changes how you see the country. It just reminds you, it helps ground you from all the media that you're consuming of another way to see the country. The trains move kind of slow. You stay connected and you talk to people. It's still a much more informal space. Even the fact that there is an airplane, like train security, the way there's airplane security makes a difference. It's not that heightened tension. People aren't all tight like that. So it's much more relaxed. The pace is slower. We want to take in what we're seeing in the country, not fly over it. The idea is to actually witness it, because it's about also seeing how beautiful the country is. I think we forget, we focus on the problems, but my goodness, the amount of topography changes that we're going to witness. Students come here because they care about something in the world, and this is what makes it such a fun place to teach. Like, they're passionate, they want to reduce suffering in some way, and sometimes when you're studying them in the classroom, which is an important space, it's easy to kind of simplify what it's like as an experience for people on the ground, or even to say, like, those people, if they would just do X, then things would be better. Then when you're up close and you actually meet people, it feels different. You start to understand what they're grappling with, some of their priorities. And so the idea was to help us practice and notice when we want to just make it that group, if that group could just change, bring them closer, and then actually see the contours of conflicts. One of the things that I don't know how it's going to go, is sort of what's the emotional journey of this going to be? We're going to be seeing some heavy places and talking about some intense issues, but then having dinners and then having some relaxing time. So kind of what emotional stamina does this kind of trip take? None of us really know. We just know we have to pack light.